says I'm supposed to rotate it, but I don't feel like rotating it. So you'll just have to see it looking horizontal. Anyway, it's what it's. So let's see what I was going to say. Oh, that messes it up, doesn't it, though? I don't know how it works. Can't figure it out. So we're having a hot day today. We've had one other hot day, but today is going to hit 30. I think tomorrow's going to be 31 and then 32 the following days. 30 is 90, I think. 20 is, oh, you don't want to hear me tell you about this again. Okay, what should we talk about? Oh, yes, so we've been working in the garden as much as possible. We've gone to the temple a few times and we've spent some time with the grandchildren. And so there have been days that we couldn't really do much out in the garden. Sometimes it was just too hot. But the leaves are coming on the trees now. And so it ameliorates the temperature a bit. The grass hut down there on Horseshoe Island it's still not completely easily accessible. There's still water between me and it, but it's not very much. But it's just enough. It's a muddy little trench now. Muddy little area. Anyway, I've been trying to mow it down there, and I think about it when I'm doing it that I'm destroying my own grass. This is the grass I want to use for sorry, there's mosquitoes in here. The grass hut, right? I want to finish it up and things, but I don't want to close it in. I really like it in there. I just want to make it so it's waterproof. About 3/4 of it is waterproof. And then 1/4 I'll have stuff down low and then stuff up at the top. So I'll have a part of it that's sort of open, like a window. Maybe I'll even make a piece that's the same size as the window and tie it on at the top and then have it open so you can open and close it if you wish. You never know what one will wish to do. Maybe it could stay closed most of the time, but then you could prop it open. Did someone say something? Oh, it wants us to go the right way. Which is the right way? There. Nobody has spoken a thing. Nobody expects to see me anymore. Oh yes, that was her. She was there for a while. But I'm able to do less this summer than last summer. But I was thinking about my desire to be working. It comes from an abusive marriage where you had to be busy all the time. If you weren't busy all the time, you'd get in trouble. So I made myself very busy. And then, of course, the amount that you accomplish is really good. Like you might be in a bad relationship and feeling badly about yourself, but if you can accomplish a whole bunch of cool things that makes you feel good about yourself, then that's useful, right? Interesting thoughts. Oh, and the bugs. Let me tell you. First of all, we have black flies, and black flies can be horrendous. They can just be so many of them, and you just have to go away after a while. Even if you're wearing stuff, I find that it really doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes it all works, but I don't know that it really does. Anyway, but not only do we have the black flies, which are horrendous, like as if we lived in Alaska, but we also have mosquitoes. At the same time as we are plagued with black flies, we are plagued with mosquitoes. You sit somewhere and you look down, and suddenly there are already 20 mosquitoes coming in for a landing. They're in a waiting pattern, holding pattern as they begin to land on your black socks. The alternate is white socks, but they have to be in the wash. I'm finding that the amount of steps it takes to do something is very important. If something takes 2 steps or 10 steps, I can do that. But if it takes 20 or 30 steps, sometimes that's just too much, especially 30 steps. Especially if I have to go from one place to another, finding things and carrying them around. You know, if I go to one place, like right now I'm lying in my bed, right? So my phone is in here. If I go into another room, I have to make sure I take my phone. Also, I hope that my journal is by my chair. Now, it sometimes comes in its spot, stays in this little spot there on the corner. And other times it doesn't. But I try to carry that around with me, my journal and my phone, and also make sure it has a pen. Now, sometimes I carry around incense and a lighter so that I can light the incense and stick them on the ground around me, and it'll keep me protected from the bugs. Sometimes. Some bugs. Anyway, these mosquitoes seem to be winning. But thank heavens we have that lovely screen tent. And not only is it a lovely screen tent, but it's also filled with very fine furniture from the reuse center at the dump. Well, one of them, the couch, came from far away, from Connecticut. Mary was with me when I bought that. Mary and Mary Jane. Anyway, so I have that place to go to get away from the bugs, but also I can go to town. So today I went to town. Yay! I worked very hard all morning, which is my excuse. But what did I do? I watered everything. I cut off the comfrey leaves. It's a chop and drop thing, but I cut them off and collect them. And then I put them around the bushes and the plants that I put in. I planted 4 blueberry bushes and 1 huscap. So I water them every day, and if you put the comfrey leaves on them, they're going to decompose pretty quickly, and they're full of nutrients. And they'll be a mulch, they'll protect them from the sun. I'm trying to get more regulated with time. I've never really been too worried about what time it is. Except when it's time to get up and when it's time to go to bed. I'm pretty good on those times. Hi, Willem.
Thank you.
I'm making a live video.
Shall I go and get the kids?
Okay.
Because,
It's what time?
well, it's 20 after, so right? The bus can come at 5:25 after.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Oh. Anyway, sometimes I use up all my energy, but then all I have to do is sit for a while, or in this case, lay down. And then I will get up, and if I've actually had a nice little nap, I get up and I'm completely revived. It's as if I took an energy drink. A nap. Lots of people take naps. Lots of older people take naps. Now, how does taking a nap in Mexico, all those people that take us, what is it called? Siesta, right? Everybody takes a 2 o'clock siesta, which is smart because it's pretty darn hot after 2. When I grew up in the afternoon, I know that at 3 o'clock, I think that we would come in and watch TV, by around 3 o'clock or something, or even 2:30, we would be It would be so hot. You would have to come in and stay inside for a while. And so we'd watch whatever shows were on. It was summertime, you know. It's almost summertime. It's almost like we used to get out of school on June the 4th. Always, somewhere right around there. That was the end of school for the summer. We had 3 months of summer. Not so in Canada. We have 8 weeks of summer. 8 weeks of summer. 2 months. Something like that. They get off in middle of July. I think middle of July. They said, wait, they only said that they only have a couple weeks left. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh well, whatever it is, it is. I was in a store today, and as I was walking along, there were these little outfits, and the pastel colors of the outfits, and it just drew me in, and it reminded me of camp and getting outfits like this that I wore to camp. Not the Girl Scout camp, I don't think, because we were always wearing our uniforms. So always, there were no other clothes, I don't think. You know, the pajamas. But that was all. Everything else was. Anyway, and so I saw these dresses with these pastel patterns on them, and they just reminded me of something in my youth. They reminded me of a time when I had something like that, or something like that. Anyway, I have no idea how big I was. It might have been 2. Maybe I was 10. I don't know. Anyway, I bought it. So I could bring home that feeling. I can wear it again. That was a good sales pitch, right? To give me that memory of a feeling. I got a feeling. I've been doing a lot today. I've been thinking about this bridge from the corner of the upstairs deck out, not the balcony up there, but the corner of the treehouse deck. I'd like to make a road that goes across the top of the hill, so I can use a wheelchair on it or a walker. I can drive the snowblower across it and open it up, and I can go and access the top of the hill in the winter. If I ever get so decrepit, it's funny to think this way, you know, to be looking ahead to your demise. You know, I mean, I may be around for a long time, but I may not be in. I mean, the way my back is going. I'm trying so hard to be active and do good things for it. I spend a lot of time watering in the morning, taking care of my plants. And then I'm trying to get my head into a sort of schedule. You know, of course, I get up at 5:30, so by 9:30, I'm really ready for quite a break. And then I'm ready for another break. Well, around 11 or 11:30 or something. I'm pretty well done. And then if I eat and if I revive myself, rest, I might be able to go out and do some more. Now, if I take a little energy drink, one of those little 25-hour energy drinks, if I just put a little few drops into a glass of water, it's good. It'll keep me awake and give me a little bit of energy. And when I have energy, then I can move. And when I'm moving, it's good for everything. Yeah, and I'm accomplishing things, which makes me feel good. The irises are about to bloom, and I've never watched the irises, their whole cycle from the very beginning until the flowering, because I've been so busy with other things in the spring. gardening, I guess, and I never really looked at that. Anyway, all is well. I think it's probably dry enough to get in town at my grass hut teepee now. I'm not sure. After these 3 days, it definitely will be. Depends on what the beavers are doing, really, because they're completely controlling the level of the water in the stream. Look at how blue it is out there. So I thought I would come in here and lay down since I had a half an hour. And then I read a comment that somebody missed me. Thank you for missing me. I like it when somebody misses me. I miss a lot of people too. Anyway, I think I'm falling asleep, so I better go. Nice talking to you. Alright, I guess I probably have about 2 minutes before I have grandchildren here. So thanks for coming along. Goodbye. Now we do the button search. Where is the button? Button. Which hand has the button? What is all that? Huh? What does it say? Oh, look, there's comments. What is wrong, Nancy? Hey, bye. Oh, hi, Fast. Oh, I'm just exhausted. It's just afternoon. It's 4:30 and it's hot out. And I'm just having a bit of a rest. That's all. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Where's that off button? Where's that button? There it is.